It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Kill. Red, up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready. Watch time. Tight end right.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
At the 48-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he shifts past him. It's complete to Snead. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He'll run it. That one good for 26 and a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Watch out.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 37 yards, as his guys are able to strike. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
The toss play to Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Single. Lock in. Watch 32.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it'll bring up third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they'd place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 6-0 our score after one.
Mike partner. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They go play action here on first down. He'll find his tight end. That's Ben Broniker. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Hey, check Mike 57. I'm coming for you, son.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trubisky throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check. Crunch. He's crashing. He's checking crunch.
Quick throw taken in by Snead. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. He may try and Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll run with Montgomery, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage. To the 10-yard line.
Here's on the tackle. A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Quick pass out to Miller. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Room here to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes left side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. That's complete to the tight end, Broniker. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Flush to his right. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Three down.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Trubisky now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's first and 10 here.
18.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Trubisky to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and short.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to mount a drive themselves.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, this one complete to Ingram. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now Jackson, and he's got Snead. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Now Jackson on first down. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Check four, check four.
They snap it at one. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Check 25, check 12.
Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Shift, shift.
12-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Watch the safety crease. Hey, go. On me.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down, Ravens.
Get your mic. I'm on. Heads here. Come on.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson dancing to his left. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And no pitch there and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
Able to pick up a dozen yards on the keeper, but now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
48 the mic. Let's go, D.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Pull it together.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Open man is Trey Burton. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. Oh, nice move. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Montgomery looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson.